Hello, grade nines. Today we are going to talk about advertising and also how to analyze an advertisement in your tests and exams. So, what is advertising? Advertising is a message designed to promote a product, service, or idea. These messages are shown to the public via the media by means of newspapers, magazines, radio, television, billboards, flyers, etc. Advertisements make use of emotive and persuasive means. So this basically means that they focus on your emotions and they use this to manipulate you into buying a product or service. A successful advertisement will make use of one or more of the following techniques. Creativity, as we can see, emotion, reason, fact, or even opinions. So all of these aspects they use to try and convince you to buy the service or product being advertised. The target market. So this is the group of people that an advertisement is trying to reach. It may be divided into age, gender, social status, and activities. Now, what is important here is you guys really need to think about this. For example, if it's cat food, you can't say the target market is for cats because cats can't go into a shop and buy food. It is for the cat owners. Same for babies. The baby can't go in and buy nappies, so it is the target market would be the parents of this baby. Advertisers use the fact that buyers classify themselves in order to create adverts to appeal to those groups, like teens, computer geeks, stay-at-home mothers, jet setters, corporates, etc. So we ourselves have hobbies and passions, things we are interested in, and they know that certain people like certain stuff and they create the ads around us. So in exams, we like asking you whether or not an advertisement is an effective advertisement. And we use the AIDA principle to really analyze an advertisement. Firstly, we look at attention. Does the advert grab the attention of the consumer? Then we look at interest. Does it arouse your interest? Does it make you want to know more about the product or service? Desire, does it create a desire to own the product? And then lastly, action. Manipulate the consumers into taking action, going to buy that product or service. Let's take a closer look. Attention. It is vital that the advertiser grabs the attention of the consumer. The attention can be attracted by an eye-catching image, clever use of language, attractive layout, a rhetorical question, font and the types of letters used, and catchy headlines. All of this is what initially grabs your attention, makes you want to read more. Then we get to interest. Once your attention, you've seen the ad, now you want to know more. The advert must sustain your interest. Then the consumer must feel compelled to read on. So there are two ways of doing this. Firstly, we have visual techniques, and then we also have linguistic techniques. So linguistic is the use of language. So let's take a look. Visual techniques, cartoons, graphs, colorful, attractive photographs, outline diagrams, statistics, unusual layouts. This could even include the type of fonts maybe. So it's important, even though it is here, because it's true. Colorful ads do attract your attention and can keep your interest. But remember, for exam purposes, we do print the ads in black and white. So please don't say, no, the ad is boring because there's no color. The original ad might have had. So for exam purposes, this will not be applicable. The other technique used to keep your interest is linguistic. So that's punch headlines, captions, rhetorical questions, puns, alliterations, slogans, cliches, repetition or exaggerations, unusual names, emotive language. Here we see that word again. So that is kind of tugging at your heartstrings to make you want this product. Opinion status as facts, for example, the best burgers in town. It's not really a fact, you can't prove that, but they say that as a fact. Jingles or catchy songs, we all know McDonald's, da 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 da, I'm loving it. And jargon. So jargon is specific language attached to different careers, for example, law jargon, computer jargon. So if you are in that target market, this may make you trust the product more. We look at this ad, we can see the girl sitting here with a knife, blood, immediately catching your attention. So this is a billboard against using fur of animals. And obviously the blood, the knife, immediately your interest and attention here is sustained. Then we get to desire. Advertisers also appear to basic human desires or needs and hint that desires or needs will be met if their product is purchased. A beautiful car, flowers, a happy home. You will be beautiful if you use this lipstick. You will be cool if you have the latest phone. You will look and feel powerful if you have these brand names. Your cravings will be satisfied. You will have a new satisfying hobby. They work on your desire to try and make you buy their products or services. Then, very important, the call to action. Not only must the advertiser get the attention of the consumer, but they also need to ensure that the consumer acts. So hot deal, free, best, 2 for 1. So they use all these gimmicks to try and get you to drive to the shop and buy their product or services. And these are some of the things all of us have seen. Order now and get 10% discount. Bargain of the century. All of us have seen these in ads. And this is the call to action. This motivates you to buy this service or product. So we have different language usages in adverts. We have informal language, and that's everyday speech. It's less sophisticated, simple sentences, informal. There could be some slang in there, and it's very conversational. You could also have informative language. So this could be more for something medical. We see jargon again. Remember, that's words connected to certain careers. And again, this would make you maybe trust the product more. And this could be maybe for something more fun. But it would depend on the target market. So if you're trying to sell cool shoes to teenagers, you're probably not going to be very formal. Where vice versa, if you're going to try and sell medical equipment, you're probably not going to say, this equipment is so lit, you need to get there now. We also have emotive language. So this appeals to emotions rather than your intellect. And this is very persuasive. For example, you will be the mother of the year if you get your children this educational program. So kind of implying you won't be a good parent if you don't do this. We've all seen the funeral ads to take care of your family when you pass away. All of this is appealing to your emotions rather than fact. Advertisers make use of fact and opinion, propaganda, they make things sensational, and also bias. So bias is to be in favor or against something without your prior knowledge. Again, this would depend a lot on the target market. So we have a lot of info on an ad. We have our logo. That's the picture or graphic used as an identifying symbol. We all know what McDonald's, KFC, ABSA in this case looks like. We have a slogan. short and memorable phrase that is immediately associated with a brand. KFC, finger licking good. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And then the copy is the other written info here. Graphics is your illustrations, your picture. So designing a print advert. So the layout needs to look attractive. All right, see, this is open space, but this is done on purpose so that your focus is on the car. An original idea always attracts attention. Careful thinking and brainstorming is required. So again, if you see here, this is quite open, but immediately you focus on the car and then the winner of the World Car of the Year 2006. Not a lot of info, but enough to make you want this car. Again, look at the Kit Kat ad. Have a break, have a Kit Kat with the broken Vuvuzela. I think we all remember the World Cup where the Vuvuzelas were making us crazy. So here they also used humor, but your focus immediately goes to the product. The product name is nice and clear. We have some humor here and, of course, the slogan. If we look at this ad, we see it is also a car ad. Here we see the Volkswagen slogan and motto, but the car is not really shown. New Caddy Maxi Life, infinitely bigger. So they use the child with the huge teddy to show us how big this vehicle is. We see a nice family home. Again, this is some emotive language used through pictures. A very attractive looking ad. Here we see the lady dragging the suitcase and a trail of blood. Don't buy exotic animal souvenirs. So immediately your attention is on the bag, what's in the bag, and then when you look at the slogan, you can see what they are campaigning against. So if we look at Ida, immediately it grabs our attention, we see the blood. The interest is maintained as it's an interesting setting. Okay. Our call to action is to not buy exotic animal souvenirs anymore. And of course, our desire is to protect these animals. So they are appealing to your emotions here, trying to persuade you to do the right thing. Again, another campaign, you can help. Stop global warming. So we see the animal here sleeping on a bench like a homeless person because we've destroyed their habitat. Okay, so they use a cute seal looking quite miserable, sleeping on a bench. Attention immediately goes to here, and you want to know why. Why is this wild animal sleeping on a bench? And that captures your attention and it focuses your interest on what you can do. Okay. And this is then also your desire is to help to prevent this from happening. And your call to action is to stop global warming, to maybe do some research on that. Here, another campaign. One child is holding something that's been banned in America to protect them. Guess which one? We keep Little Red Riding Hood out of schools because of the bottle of wine in her basket. Why not assault weapons? Moms demand action. Again, immediately your attention is captured by these two little girls, one holding an automatic weapon, which obviously makes you wonder, what's this ad about? Thus, they captured your interest, making you read more. Your desire is obviously to protect these kids, and the call to action here is to fight against assault weapons. So every time you answer the question, is an advert or an ad campaign like this effective? You must refer to the IDA principles. After this, please write the date and heading in your language books, and please analyze the 4 ads I've given you, stating whether they are effective or not, and discussing it using the ADA principles. Have a great day. Thank you, grade 9s.